The game we're touching on today is a type of game that I'm not too familiar with. Both being a puzzle and top-down shooter, in some aspects, Death's Door is a game I first heard about not from a YouTube video or an article on its success. Rather, I actually heard about the game from a Twitch subathon via a channel that just so happens to have the topic of birds in his name, and he also just so happened to play this game during a subathon. So what I'm actually doing is ripping ideas. So today, it's time to get my feathers in check, wisp my soul to the afterlife, and completely question why the afterlife is ran by crows as I play Death's Door, where birds go to die. The control scheme of this game is rather strange, more so as the fact that I can barely change any graphical settings, resulting in some pretty insane stuttering, which puts into perspective what my potato PC can do, am I right? We then choose save slot 1 and begin our adventure in what appears to be a 1950s movie, arriving at Reaping Commission headquarters as a crow. Yep, don't ask me why crows are the characters of the choice for this game. I have no idea. We have some collectibles here on the pause screen, including things such as crystal meth, giant souls, some swords, and several trophies. Alright, cool. This place feels pretty strange for a crow, considering this place is definitely built to have humans in mind. So that begs the question, where are the humans? Nobody knows, because crows don't have complex thoughts. How is it going to take 3 to 4 years to fix a pipe? I will never know, but we're never going to know this because this game is too short. This sound is more interesting than the game itself. We arrive at the Hall of Doors, conveniently named for, you guessed it, doors that aren't even here, so this is clearly a ripoff. We then meet Chandler the Handler, conveniently named supposed to be as Chandler, Mr. Beast's friend who handles most things, which for whatever reason just so happens to include the afterlife, which is also, coincidentally, ran by crows. Suddenly, a door appears and opens, and we get the task of getting a, quote, giant soul. And with this, we head into the first area that isn't actually covered in fake doors, that being the Grove of Spirits, in which I realized that I probably shouldn't have wasted my arrows from earlier, because I actually needed them right now. So I then proceeded to leave the Grove of Spirits, and intentionally kill myself to get my arrows back. Man, good job of telling me that I'm dead, game. Yeah, that's really cool. Now, with my arrows, we return to the Grove and face off against the first boss, the demonic forest spirit. And, well, to put it blunt, it didn't exactly go that well. I then decided to go in for a second try, and trust me when I say that things went better. Only slightly better, though. Then, for some reason, I start jumping like I'm Link from Wind Waker and is celebrating. Alright, sure. Turns out I got knocked out because I apparently just suck that bad. Thanks, game. We leave to enter the next area, the Lost Cemetery, a forbidden region because, come on, let's be real, if we say it's forbidden, then no male is going to enter its depths. Wow, that was completely planned. Yep, 100% planned. Yep, totally. Apparently this place isn't a place that Reapers can access, which is rather odd considering that it has collectibles, like this life seed, which when planted can heal me to full. But more importantly, I'm a crow and I can fly, so how can I not reach this place eventually even if it took several years? I'm looking at you developers. I want an answer soon. Now how am I gonna read that? A mass of soul energy, which is used to upgrade things, because yes, a crow can just suddenly upgrade things like its wings or, I don't know, its reaping capabilities on your neck. I proceed to murder some people in cold blood to head further through the cemetery, collecting this key and heading forward to end up in a mini boss rush sort of thing, having to fight off lots of enemies, which unfortunately didn't go that well. I then decided to go for it again, and this time I narrowly escaped. We then come up to this guy named Stedhone, who for some unknown reason really wants us to kill him, to which we can't, so then he just kind of gets sad and goes about his day. I continued to explore for a while and found another gauntlet, this time featuring the mages that most likely came straight from Elden Ring, who then sniped me into oblivion. And after several attempts, on my third, I managed to pull out a win. I then explored some more until I came up to the first major boss of the game, the Guardian of the Door. I died pretty fast. But, and I say but, I figured that this wasn't really that hard compared to what I had seen so far. And so I went in again and cleaned house. I then explored a bit more shortly after, because I mean this is going to be a trend, until we find this guy named Grey Crow, or more accurately, how that streamer that I mentioned earlier felt after finishing a 24-day subathon. Anyways, he's a retired reaper who apparently wants to get through this door, but can't due to the famous crows don't have hands disease. Oh, sudden title drop that we didn't know already. Yep, let's get it. Also, can I just say that if this is Death's door, why is it so small? Like, I was expecting this door to be a lot bigger and grand. Like, come on, devs, why can't you make this super big? This dialogue sets up the endgame plot of retrieving souls to open Death's door. And to do this, we'll need to start by killing 3 beings of great power, including this witch named Susan Wojcicki, a king named Star Scourge Radon, yep, stuttered, and someone named Jake Paul. Regardless, we then head to Susan first to find that she lives in a rather nice mansion. Gee, I wonder where all the YouTubers went. It's here that we return to the Hall of Doors and upgrade our weapon to do slightly more damage, which makes me realize that the economy of what I'm gonna guess is the underworld is kinda cracked. Anyways, we return to Susan's quote estate to find this guy named Pothead. Yep, Pothead. Gee, I wonder how much weed he smokes on a daily basis, like, good lord. God dang. I genuinely like his character. Mostly because of his name. Alright, I'm done. You need a towel to clean it up, Pothead? Like, seriously? He too wants to get into the estate, so that he can make the witch reverse his curse of Pothead, I guess. So now we team up to get inside of that horrible person named Susan Wojcicki and her estate. Also, it came to me in this moment that Susan Wojcicki hasn't told me nor you that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. I also learned that this world has pots that are now also bombs. So now that I feel like I can't trust literally anything. Thanks, Satan. Real cool. Do you want me to land on your head in order to get that soup or what? Like, what's going on? Bad gamer, 0 out of 10. Shoot him now. Just end him now. We then fight a mini-boss known as the DMCA Robot, with his entire goal being to make sure that the populace is following the rules, just in case. And after a while, we enter the mansion, and to our surprise, Pothead blocks the way. Pots that can reform. That's, little creepy. The puzzles in this game are actually pretty straightforward, but if you're wondering why I'm struggling here, it's more down to the controls themselves. I don't play these kinds of games, okay? Like, don't judge me. We then encounter a new mini-boss that's known as Failure to Monetize, and his goal is to eat your monetized revenue and your numbers so that you don't get monetized. You know, in second that sounds kind of familiar. Oh wait, that's me right now. And to put it blunt, I killed him first try flawlessly. We then find this bird soul because, well, game about birds has got to have birds in it, and it feeds a soul to this door. I decide to explore a little more until I find the Failure to Monetize again, along with his friends. And to put it blunt, it didn't go well. And with this, we're going to stop here. To conclude, Death's Door is definitely an interesting game with some unique choices of characters and bosses, and a story that, let's be real, is kinda strange. Its controls to some may be fine, but to me are definitely strange, and I'm very much not used to them, which is why I kinda suck. In fact, I suck so bad that the Failure of Monetization came to my house and tried to eat me like in, you know, like 4K HDR with ray tracing. Woo! Anyway, still, I wanted to try a game that I've never played before, and even in a genre I don't play at all, and I will say that it does have some of its fun moments. And so with this, I'm going to leave it here. My name is PandaPowerSauce. Remember to stay saucy, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.